This is Jill and Cara with Movement Duets. Today Cara is demonstrating a PAILS rails exercise for the hip flexor with her foot against the wall. To get into position, Cara brought one leg out in front of her at 90 degrees and she places the other foot against the wall, so just her toes are against the wall. When you get in this position, you may find that you need to move a little further away from the wall or a little closer to the wall depending on how much you're feeling the stretch. Also, for added protection for her knee, Cara has a mat doubled up underneath her, so do that if you need to. In this position, she's just going to do a passive stretch. She might wiggle the hips around a little bit. So in her position, she's keeping her ribs over her pelvis. She's not extending through the chest too much. She's not leaning forward too much. She's staying pretty neutral as she swivels her hips to get that stretch. Now she's going to come back to a neutral position and she's going to start to press her toes into the wall. She's going to ramp this up just a little bit at a time. With each breath, she's going to push her toes a little bit harder to the wall, a little bit harder, a little harder, until she's pressing about as hard as she can. You may cramp in this exercise. If that happens to you, shake it out and jump back in when you can. Now that she's pressing as hard as she can, she's going to create even more tension by making fists with her hands and squeezing her biceps, squeezing her abs, squeezing her butt, and everything is pressing those toes into the wall, and she's going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She's going to slowly relax, but she's not moving anything. Now she's going to imagine that she's pulling her toes away from the wall. So she's pulling back the other direction. Her toes and your toes are probably not going to move. If you end up leaning forward, then you've destroyed the stretch. So get back into position, pull your toes away from the wall, and squeeze in that direction, a little bit at a time. A little more, a little more. Now it's time to make those fists. Squeeze, squeeze your abs, squeeze your butt, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly relax and carefully come out of that and switch sides.